Hello everyone, hopefully this is now working. I don't know if it is, I'm just really playing around because Twitch has been being terrible for me. So since I'm a YouTube partner and I have the required statistics to stream to YouTube live, thank you very much YouTube, I'm giving it a damn good go. So if this works fantastically for you, well, heart YouTube, because seriously Google, you're awesome. If this doesn't work, shucks, I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know really how I'm going to test it, and this whole creating music malarkey could be a bit of a problem because obviously being YouTube I have to be quite good, and it does seem to be working. I've got a preview right there and it's doing stuff. I don't know if anyone's actually watching it do stuff, but if you are watching it do stuff, send me a tweet at Madals91. This is good. This is good. I'm going to check with a couple of people and just be like, is this working? Because if it is working, it'll be good. Also, sorry I keep turning my head away from the lovely, lovely camera. It's because my camera's set up to the right, my Skype's set up to the left, and it's all going good. But anyway, if this does work, and things are going relatively okay, which frankly they seem to be, and it's making me really quite overexcitable because I thought I couldn't stream tonight, then yeah, baby, come on. This is the sort of thing that we want. But yeah, I'm just going to be getting a couple of people to see if this works, and if it is working, that's good. There's no, I don't know if you can see live comments or anything here. It's a good question. It's a really, really, really good question if this is working. Apparently I can insert ads as well, so if this chucks up an ad, I'm sorry for the one person or whoever is watching, but yeah, boom, ready, ad. Apparently it worked, so you may all be looking at ads now. I just don't know at the moment, but anyway, awesome, it's working. Good quality. If this is good quality, I'm gonna be so happy. Seriously, this will make me so happy. It'll make me like a happy little panda thingy. Anyway, so this is all working. Hopefully it's going to get saved automatically straight over to YouTube. So I'm going to go in game and basically start casting and see if this works. The game I'm going to be doing is Shodan versus Mouse Mana. It's going to be a PvT. It's going to be really good, hopefully, and it should be really good. Anyone who's a regular YouTube viewer, of course, you could have watched this live on, YouTube, coincidentally, but generally I'll stream to twitch.tv/Madals, so check that out. And of course, this is probably one of the few times you see me on camera on my YouTube channel, so hi everyone. This is what I look like. It's all pretty good. But yes, loading into the game. Hopefully it's going to go relatively well. Just waiting for it all to load up and things like that. It's probably taking a bit of a beating, but yeah, let's jump straight into it. So, here we go. It is going to be a nice little bit of PvT, as I said, going down on Derelict Watcher. And this is a cool map. There's lots of really awesome things going on. Of course, thank you everyone for tuning in live to this. I am streaming live to YouTube, which is pretty cool because Twitch was failing me miserably. So I'm sticking it to the Twitch, man, and loving a little bit of Google's YouTube because they let me stream. Because apparently I'm popular enough and stuff, which is good times. Anyway, to this game, down in the bottom left position, spawning as the blue Terran player is Shodan. Now, Shodan, I cast one of his games a little while ago, and he actually messaged me to say, wow, I'd really like cast, joins a couple of other games, and send me this over, and it should be really quite cool. Down the clan tag, of course, NISC stands for Northern Ireland Starcraft. So, pretty cool. Northern Ireland, of course, not too far away from me, being in the UK. His opponent up in the top right from Madals is the red Protoss player, Mana. Now, being PvT, this should be pretty good fun, and I realised that some people in the live comments are actually trolling me because I'm streaming to YouTube, but just because you people can't stream to YouTube. Damn, it's sexy. But yeah, gateway coming down. This is all really, really normal. It'll be interesting to see what Shodan's going to do because he's probably not getting the rats first. And we know that because he's banked up enough money. He hasn't thrown it down yet. So it's probably going to be a CC first. Whether it's on the low ground or as part of the wall off, we'll have to wait and see. Looks like it's just going to come down on the low ground. But with this early probe scout, it's going to be relatively easy for Mana to identify what's... Oh, maybe not easy to identify. Where is this SCV going? Okay, one SCV is coming to build the command center. Okay, the next one's just checking for proxies. It's all okay. Oh, don't panic. Sorry, I maybe got a little bit overexcitable there because a brief moment of me thought that maybe it was going to be like a weird natural base location. But anyway, yeah, we got barracks coming down. Meanwhile, back at Mana's base, he's now got two choices, right? He scouted out that this command center's here. He's trying with the probe to delay it a bit, but with the second SCV pull, it won't get done. So his two choices now are, do I try and punish this natural by being aggressive, or do I take a quick natural of my own? He's going to respond with that quick natural. We know that because the probe's there, but I love the fact that the first SCV that was pulled by Shodan, that went to the third base to check for proxies, has come over to scout nice and early. He sees the Nexus and knows he's okay. And the reason this was really important that this scout came down is because now he knows that since his opponent got that quick Nexus, he doesn't have a huge economic lead, but he does know that he doesn't have to fear a big play, a big push play, which might try and punish his greedy CC first. And now he knows that that's all good, but ooh, actually Mana doing quite nicely there. Will force back one of those SCVs, and therefore making it all look pretty happy. So yeah, if you delay this command center, it's always going to be really good times where you can see the next SCV just coming down there should be able to pick off where the other one left off fairly easily. Meanwhile, second gas for Mana. Notice 3 probes in each. That's going to give him quite a nice gas income, but it's not too crazy because the cybernetics core was a little delayed due to the Nexus getting started early. So this isn't like it's a really super heavy tech play. It will be relatively heavy. It'll be especially a bit more interesting if this Zealot doesn't get cancelled. So he is actually going to get the Zealot down. Now, the reason I do find this quite interesting is because what is this Zealot aiming to achieve for Mana? Because you know, if your opponent's gone for that command center first, they're not likely going to have many units coming out. So this Zealot doesn't really serve a purpose in my mind. I personally don't think that... I think this could have been skipped. Definitely start it, because that's good, but then cancel it once you know you're safe. Once you confirm this, you don't need to rush that out. Get the extra 100 minerals. Use that to grab something else going. But yeah, here we go. Mana going straight up into the robotics facility. So he's just going to go very tech heavy. He's got to now basically make some decisions. Does he get down some additional gateways? Does he try and put on a bit more pain? Or does he instead actually sit back and go, well, you know what, I'm going to get a forge down as well. I'm going to try and make sure that I do as much as possible in terms of just getting as much tech and kind of upgrade advantage down. But no, it's going to be the next gateway. Meanwhile, over on Shodan's side, he's made a little wall off here in his main. He's just saying, well, do you know what? I'm just going to make sure that I'm pretty safe. Got the bunker up. Notice there's no units in this bunker though, and that's because a group of Marines are running over. But the Stalker for Mana, I don't actually believe saw that there. That could be really big, the fact that these Marines have snuck past, because in terms of defense, there's the Mothership Core, but while it does have enough energy for a Photon Overcharge, you don't really want to be really wanting to kind of trigger Photon Overcharge for 5 Marines unless you could, and that just, I think it is going to flat out mean that Photon Overcharge is going to have to come down. The Zealot's going to be in some trouble. That's almost definitely going to go down. There goes the Photon Overcharge. Now notice Mana saved it until these Marines are committed deeply in, just so a couple of them could get picked off. 2 Marines in total did get killed, which isn't amazing, but 2 Marines for nothing. Mana's going to be very, very happy about that. So getting that sort of little commitment out, baiting the Marines to move in, baiting them forward before triggering the Photon Overcharge, just got the maximum bang for buck out of it. The Observer is coming out. What follows up this Observer will be interesting. It's going to be another one, so a lot of map presence and a map vision coming down here for Mana. He's just going to be really keeping a solid, firm eye on the fact that actually I need to know what's going on, drops, etc. Get some good scouting information. We'll try and run up here with 4 Stalkers. Going to be able to come straight through. He's like, well, you committed with quite a few Marines to come through here to come and attack me. Maybe I can get some counter aggression, but that got 2 Stalkers very low. Luckily nothing died, and I believe the Mana also got a couple of worker kills, 2 worker kills in total, but I'm not sure if that was both from that single push. I think it may have just been one from these Stalkers alone. Now with the Observer here, you might think that it was some kind of blink play, but no blink getting researched because of course the Twilight Council wasn't down, but the supply depot as part of the wall off can get picked off. There's no SCVs getting pulled for that, and that supply block Shodan. That could be a little bit of a problem for him. The Mothership Core also coming along. This gives the option for a time warp. Notice as well, Shodan expecting a bit of a blink play because he knows that the Observer's here, because there was vision of the high ground granted without a Mothership Core there, and it also means that, hey, if I'm building a bunker up here, I will be safe. It's not a big commitment getting that bunker, but it just definitely means that security is basically definitely there. Now, back at home, we've got the Robotics Bay and the Double Forge coming down. Why can Mana afford to get this Double Forge out? The reason being is because he's putting on pressure. Look at the defensive position getting taken here by Shodan. He's sitting back, he's playing it safe, he's not really doing too much crazy. Stim is only just now about to finish. Those Stalkers playing a very brave game. Will pick off one more SCV. Could actually get a Marine or 2, but big big stim there from all of the units of Shodan. He's going to try and shut down this push. Will move forward, gets a good number of these Stalkers, may even get another one still if he stims again, and he is going to. He's going to chase down as much of this army as he can. May leave only one Stalker alive, stimming once more. Very low Marines. Needs to be careful not to overcommit, because if there was, say, just a single Colossus down there, or at least on its way, which hypothetically, if that second and third gateway was skipped in order just to get the robotics bay down sooner, could have been good. But yeah, now we just see that Shodan gonna start moving forward. He needs these 2 medevacs though. Look at how stim this army is. A lot of these Marines very low on health. They're sitting at about 15 and 45, not the best spot, and combat shield isn't done for them either, so they're limited on their health anyway. Up here though, 4 mana, a couple more gateways coming down. The double upgrades are there. The Twilight Council also on its way, ready to start the 2-2 upgrades once it's done. Get things like Blink the Charge down if needed. But notice the first Colossus is just about to pop. And once that does pop out, that'll be pretty cool. But nice little time warp there. Great pick up there, though, by Shodan. Will allow the retreat. Now, Shodan, my concern for him is that he hasn't scouted out this robotics bay. He doesn't know about the Colossus, and that means he's limited in the information available to him, and his response in terms of army composition may not be perfect. But he has started now to just ramp up his Viking production. So having seen the observers out nice and soon, just going to be thinking, okay, maybe I'll get some Vikings just to be on the safe side. But there is a downside to that, and that downside is his medevac count is not particularly high. He's only sitting at 2 medevacs. It could certainly be a lot more, and that would be pretty cool. But yeah, in we come now with these 2 medevacs ready to drop, but unfortunately mana got a good preparation with a lot of Stalkers up here, and Shodan instantly sees it and pulls back. He's not playing this risky, and I like that. The 2-2 upgrades for mana are coming down simultaneously. We've got the +2 weapons and +1 ground armor coming down here for Shodan. Got to make sure that this is all going pretty good, but now in we come with that orbital command. We've got a handful of Marines and Marauders on their way. Again, this is just a very greedy play by both players, both getting up their thirds nice and quickly, both in terms of the worker count. Mana's fractionally ahead in the probe count, but remember there are the 3 mules available to Shodan, which probably means that in pure terms of income, Shodan's got slightly more minerals per minute, but only by 100 or so. The tech advantage is arguably also there for Mana with those Colossi already on there, already on Shodan, already just starting to put on a bit of pain and a bit of pressure. But I'd say what we need to start looking at now is when the tech switch into High Templar comes down, and then boom, as I say, the Templar Archives is there. Now, it's worth noting this is a relatively early tech switch. It's only at about the 1330 mark, but the reason that's occurring is because the robotics bay was nice and quick. That's allowed this to happen. Big Doom Drop coming up here for medevacs, and it looks like Shodan actually going to go for this now, and he is able to get the drop down. All 4 medevacs survive. This is a lot of infantry up in the main base now of Mana. He's desperately trying to pull some of these units back in order to come and defend, but just look at where this is all going, straight round the back. Good number of probes getting taken out here in the robotics bay, getting focused. Big snipe there by Shodan, and by getting that robotics bay down, that means no more Colossus, and of course the extended thermal lance wasn't completed. The Nexus is trying to get taken down, but Shodan deciding, I've committed enough to this push, get back out of there. In terms of resources lost, though, look at that difference. Double the resources lost for Mana compared to Shodan. And now, without those Colossi anymore coming down on the field, there's just the 2 of them. That means that with the Templar Archives, which I don't believe were seen but can be expected, oh no, they have been seen. They've been spotted, so that now means that Ghost production should get started. We already have Ghost Academy down, so that means more tech labs adding on to some of these barracks. We're going to get a big boost in terms of that Ghost usage, and then hopefully with any luck, we'll get some great EMPs down. But Mana now just needs to be very cautious. You can't allow free shots like that coming off onto his Colossus, because if he does, if those 2 Colossi get taken out, suddenly this game, not easy, but it becomes very good for Shodan, because he then only has to get a couple of nice EMPs down, and then boom, those High Templars aren't going to do much. Lovely drop up into the main base. We'll take out the Nexus simultaneously, though. A huge Zealot warp in here for Mana, but there's infantry back at home in order to defend this. Shodan is going to be able to hold off this push. Meanwhile, in the center of the map, we do see a Colossus getting taken down, but a big shot from Mana's army is pushing it forward. However, in the main base, this drop is dealing a nice amount of damage. That gateway will fall. The Nexus has fallen, and this now means the Mana's income is really a fraction of that of Shodan's. Mana down to 900 minerals per minute, and this drop is still continuing. If one of these forges get taken out, that means the +3 upgrades won't get completed. One's definitely going to go down. The next one could potentially even get focus. A feedback trying to go down there on the medevac. Good stutter step micro, and both forges will die. That means now the Mano's stuck on the 2-2 unless he remakes those forges. He does now have some High Templar hitting the field, but newsflash, there is no storm. None at all. It's not even started researching yet, and what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that this army is now in an amazing spot because the splash damage consists of this single lone Colossus. There is no other splash available, and that means Stim Marine Marauder with the Viking support to take out that one Colossus. It's going to look really strong, but my concern still is the fact that the medevac count is currently only at 3, and that's why we're seeing Shodan pull back. He's still continuing on with the harassment, though. He's trying to really put the pain on Mana while taking a 4th base, and he can take that 4th base because he's been putting on the pressure. He's still dropping. He's maintaining the presence on the map, which is preventing Mana from going off everywhere, checking see what's coming. Great scan as well. Sees Mana still moving out across the map, and he's just going to make very, very sure that he keeps a good eye on what's happening here. But the Ghosts are there. A couple of good feedbacks went down. The Zealots, though, are going into a massive concave of all of the infantry. Mana just getting annihilated there. And boom. That looked pretty damn painful, actually. Mano's in a serious mana hurt here. He's lost around 3,000, just over 3,000 more resources. He is going for the Zealot Warp in again, but there's a couple of Ghosts here, a couple of infantry around. The Natural being taken out by the drops while that big engagement went down, and now the third for Mana's in problems. The main has just been remade, but already the middle patches are pretty low, so it's not an ideal situation. One High Templar gets taken down. A couple more probes from these Marauders are going to get slaughtered. The probes even getting in on the fight, but look at the probe difference, 31 to just 95, and yeah, this is not looking so good. This infantry just tearing through, and GG well played is called, and that means, of course, now the Shodan, he won that game pretty nicely. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Of course, this was a test live stream to YouTube. I hope it did work well, and thank you everyone for tuning in live. Of course, generally I stream to twitch.tv/Madals, so check that out, follow that. Of course, if you don't already subscribe to my YouTube, you should do so. Check out some of my back catalogue, and you never know, I might start casting to YouTube a bit more, since it seemed to go pretty spiffingly. I'm going to leave it there for tonight in terms of streaming to YouTube, because I haven't quite worked out how I can split up my live streams into different videos, so I don't want to cast more games and have them all in one big long video. But once I work that out, hopefully maybe I'll be able to do some slightly longer sessions here, and that would be all pretty switch. So thank you all for tuning in, and of course daily casts to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye for now.